get into some legal questions here, questions about real estate, the law. And if you'd like to send in a question, you can. We may use it on a future segment. The text line is 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900 for Mark Stiles of Stiles Law. Mark, I have a question about house prices. I've always heard about, are we in a bubble? Mark, just tell me, when are the house prices going to come down? Okay.
This is a great one, Rob. And as you can imagine, it's not the first time we've heard this question.
No.
So let me grab my crystal ball. Let me pull it out. No, let me say this, though. The opinions coming forward are not the opinions of WATD. In fact, they're not the opinions of Stiles Law. These will be the opinions of Mark Stiles individually. This is an interesting question. You know, I got to go back to my business classes, specifically Econ 101, more specifically the topic of supply and demand. All markets, Rob, real estate, stock markets, everything is based on supply and demand. And what do I mean by that? So there are people who want to buy, the demand, and then there is the need for that product to be available to buy, right? So we have a massive amount of buyers who want to buy, but we don't have sufficient supply. So we don't have enough sellers out there to satiate the need of those buyers. So the supply and demand is out of balance, right? The market is out of balance. So what happens there? We have a scarcity of inventory, a scarcity of supply. We don't have enough supply for the demand that is out there, right? We have all these buyers that want to buy, but there's not enough homes for them to buy. So people say, okay, so what's the fix, right? Well, we have to increase supply, or we have to temper demand. So what's going to temper the demand, right? Interest rates. People are seeing that the interest rates are going up. So people are thinking, okay, if the interest rates go up, then that will eliminate some of the buyer pool, and therefore the supply and demand will start to balance out. But the interest rates are still extremely low, right? And there are going to be more homes that come to the market. So we will get to a more healthy market going forward. But what will it do to the prices? Will the prices all of a sudden drop, right? A lot of people want to compare it to 2008, right? There was a bubble popped. The entire global economy crashed because of the real estate market. But that was very different than what we're dealing with today. There was no liquidity. There was no equity in those properties, right? There was all those exotic loans, those subprime loans, where people didn't actually have skin in the game. So they were walking away from those homes. Because of that, people were required to put more skin in the game, if you will. You had to put more of a down payment into the property. You had to invest in the property, as opposed to these 100% loans or even more that people simply walked away because they didn't have a vested interest in them. Here, there's a tremendous amount of equity. So that's not going to happen, right? And people are making their payments. People are working and making their payments. So what is the solution? Well, I wish I had a solution, but I will tell you this, that the prices are not going to drop. They're not going to crash. So if you look back a year ago when we had this exact same question, in fact, we did a video about this right around 4th of July last year. You know, is this a bubble? The cost of waiting from last year to this year was almost 20%. The values have gone up almost 20% in some areas by waiting, by sitting back last year and saying, the prices have to come down. This is unsustainable.
Yeah.
This can't continue.
I'll wait.
Right.
Get a good deal.
Right. So, Rob, what I would say is, you know, we've got a couple more years of run-up. And here's the thing. If you're a student of history, you will believe that those exotic loans are going to come back. And I believe they are going to come back. And if those exotic loans come back, then there's going to be an extended run-up. So for those folks who are thinking, who are on the fence, I always come back to the question, when is the best time to buy? And my answer is 10 years ago. 10 years ago is the best time to buy.
Oh, yeah.
But what's the next best time to buy? Right now. Right now. So don't give up. you will find that home. Supply will start to come out into the marketplace. It's typical seasonal in the winter, but prices are not going to come down. There is nothing that we can see that is going to cause a collapse in the real estate market. There's not going to be a significant correction. Will there be a tempering? Will there be a flattening? Yeah, maybe. But will the prices drop like they did in '08? No. So if you're thinking and you're waiting, it's costing you every day that you wait.
All right. Hope that answers your question there, sir. And don't forget, Mark Stiles is located at Stiles Law on Route 139 in Marshfield. As he mentioned before, there are several educational videos available on the YouTube channel. And also, Mark is happy to talk to you. If you want to talk to him off the radio sometime over at the office, you can set up an appointment, right?
That's right. You could call us at 781-319-1900, or you could find me on my Calendly link, Calendly/M Stiles, and we can talk. And we are still running that program. If you let us know that you heard this on ATD, there is a 20% discount on all estate planning packages. So if you haven't had your estate plan completed or reviewed lately, give us a call and we'll help you out.
That'd be a good idea. Mark Stiles, Stiles Law, Route 139, Marshfield. Mark, thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too, Rob.